Hello, math masterminds. We're going to revisit perimeter and area. Now, this past week, we've talked about big B, which we find for the area when we have a circular base, and we use the formula pi r squared. Now we're going to introduce using a rectangular base. And to find big B with a rectangular base, we're going to multiply length times width, or some of you may know it as base times height. With a triangle, it can get a little tricky. It depends on the shape of the triangle. So for this first triangle, if we take a look at it, we need to find the base and the height, okay? Because the formula for a triangle would be half of base times height. So we have to make sure that we're identifying the base and height. And we can do that by finding the perpendicular angles, which create 90 degrees. So in this first triangle, we would actually use the bottom of the triangle and then the highest point down to the base, which creates that 90-degree angle at the base of this triangle. So therefore my base here and this orange line would be the height. So those would be the two measurements that we would use with this triangle. Now our second triangle is easier to identify the base and the height because we already have a 90-degree angle because it is a right triangle. So we would still use the base and the height and plug into our formula, which is half of base times height, in order to find the area of a triangle. We're also going to revisit perimeter. We're going to use perimeter as big P, okay? So when we have a circular base, remember, perimeter means boundary. It's the outside of the figure. And when we have a circle, we use 2 pi r or pi times diameter. Let's take a look when we talk about a rectangular base. To find the perimeter of a rectangle, we would either add the length plus the width multiplied by 2, or we can add length plus width plus length plus width, okay, in order to find the perimeter, which is the boundary once again. And for that triangle, same concept. We're just going to add side plus side plus side. Okay? Remember, perimeter is the outside, it's the border, and area would be the amount of space inside the figure. If you have any questions on today's activities, you can click on the help button that's in our virtual classroom and come see me in Google Meet.